Ladies and gentlemen, we are live tonight on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube for the NFA 21 weigh-ins, hosted right here at Dave & Buster's in Maryland Heights, Missouri. Tonight's event is brought to you in part by the United States Marine Corps. Ladies and gentlemen, it is all going down tomorrow night at the Factory STL in Chesterfield, Missouri. And tickets are still available online at nfatix.com. And if you cannot attend tomorrow night's event right here in Missouri, then you can check out the pay-per-view at nfafights.com. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get the weigh-ins started. Our first bout in an NFA featherweight matchup. Please welcome, training independently, fighting out of Cape Girardeau, Missouri, Chris Welch. Chris Welch weighs in 150 pounds. His opponent representing Blue Collar Mafia, fighting out of Cuba, Missouri, Garrett Van Berkel. Garrett Van Berkel weighed in 146 pounds. This is the first bout to kick it off in the featherweight division. Van Berkel versus Welch. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. On to our second bout in the NFA flyweight division. Introducing first, representing the boxing gym, fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri by way of Kabul, Afghanistan, Hamid Mohammadzai. Hamid Mohammadzai weighed in 123 pounds. His opponent represents Wolves Den and Training Center, fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, Dylan Dalgord. Dylan Dalgord weighed in 126 pounds. Second bout, flyweight division, Dalgord versus Mohammadzai. We move to the NFA light heavyweight division. Introducing first, representing himself independently, fighting out of Centralia, Illinois, Logan Downen. Logan Downen weighed in 198 pounds. His opponent represents MCS, fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, Xavier Sumter. Xavier Sumter weighs in 203 pounds. This is your NFA light heavyweight matchup, Sumter versus Downen. On now to the NFA welterweight matchup. Representing Han MMA, fighting out of Hillsboro, Missouri, Isaac Hamilton. Isaac Hamilton weighs in 169.1 pounds. His opponent represents Absolute Martial Arts, fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, Nate Yang. Nate Yang weighs in 170 pounds even. NFA welterweight division, Yang versus Hamilton. Make some noise. Back down to the bantamweight division. Introducing first, representing the Church of Jamie, fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, Jay Jones. Jay Jones weighs in 135.8 pounds. His opponent represents Wise Warriors MMA, fighting out of Kirkwood, Missouri, Patty, the Snapping Turtle Fitzgerald. He weighed in 135 pounds. Bantamweight matchup, Fitzgerald versus Jones. On now to the NFA light heavyweight division. Introducing first, representing Decatur Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, fighting out of Decatur, Illinois, Kenny Thomas. Kenny Thomas weighed in 186.6 pounds. His opponent represents Blue Collar Mafia, fighting out of Cuba, Missouri, Kenny K. Monty Hiley. Kenny Hiley weighed in 202.8 pounds. This is the sixth bout of the night, NFA light heavyweight division, Hiley versus Thomas. Bringing it back to the NFA welterweight division, introducing first, representing Han MMA, fighting out of Festus, Missouri, Zachariah Binkins. Mr. Binkins weighs in 170.6 pounds. His opponent represents Wolves Den Training Center, fighting out of Elmhurst, Illinois, Antonio Primetime Munoz. Antonio Munoz weighs in 170.9 pounds. This is your NFA welterweight matchup, Munoz versus Binkins. Our eighth bout features an NFA K1 kickboxing in the heavyweight division. Representing first, KBC and the Church of Jamie, fighting out of St. Peters, Missouri, James Seltzer. James Seltzer weighed in 234.9 pounds. His opponent representing Modern Combat Systems, fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, Terrell MCS Ursery. Terrell Ursery weighed in 265 pounds. This heavyweight matchup. This is your kickboxing bout of the night tomorrow night, heavyweight division, Ursery versus Seltzer. On now to the NFA 21 featured bout tomorrow night on pay-per-view. This one is for the NFA Flyweight Championship. Introducing first the challenger, fighting out of Springfield Fight Club. Fighting out of Springfield, Missouri, Nate, Mr. Perfect Perez. Nate Perez weighed in 124.6 pounds. His opponent, representing Peoria Athletic Club, fighting out of Peoria, Illinois. He is the reigning, defending NFA Flyweight Champion, Bryce Skinny B. Kaiser. Bryce Kaiser weighs in 125.1 pounds. This is your featured bout for the NFA Amateur Flyweight Championship. Kaiser versus Perez. We head now to the NFA 21 co-main event of the evening. Time for the professionals now. We go to the featherweight division, training independently, fighting out of Indianapolis, Indiana, George Odell. George Odell weighs in 143.3 pounds. His opponent represents Wolves Den Training Center NMCS, fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, Gabe the Hebrew Hammer Stein. Gabe Stein weighed in 145.4 pounds for this featherweight matchup.
Huck Finn versus Tom Sawyer?
This is your co-main event, featherweight division, Stein versus Odell. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our main event of the evening. This bout is for the NFA Professional Middleweight Championship. Introducing first, fighting out of Champions Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, fighting out of Houston, Texas, by way of Casablanca, Alaska, Aaron Harjo Phillips. Aaron Phillips weighs in 186 pounds even. His opponent represents the Church of Jamie, fighting out of St. Louis, Missouri, Jovan Baba Yaga Crawford. Jovan Crawford weighed in 186 pounds.
That was really weird.
Missouri, make some noise for your NFA 21 main event of the evening for the NFA Professional Middleweight Championship. Crawford versus Phillips.